Hey guys, what's going on? It's B-Man the Champ here, bringing you another weekly ride along. I think this is the 12th episode now. It's crazy. I didn't think we'd get this far. Honestly, I thought this whole thing would have been done by now. But unfortunately not. Still only in stage 2. Sucks, but what are you going to do? So this week, along with my usual driver, Brandon.
Hi, everybody.
We got Trouble.
Whoa, whoa.
And we got Shadow Kid.
Whoa, whoa.
And this week, aside from our normal talking about like what happened this past week in wrestling, we're gonna play a card game that I know of that I haven't actually had the chance to do for a long time. And it's a real simple game I'm gonna explain later, but first let's talk about this past week in wrestling. So SmackDown, we had Sheamus give a toast to Jeff Hardy, which, I kind of saw the ending coming. I knew it was going to be like Sheamus is going to hand Jeff a bottle, or Sheamus's private bartender hand Jeff a bottle, and Jeff smashed it over his head. Which, if you knew wrestling for any amount of time, you knew that was going to happen. What else happened? I'm already blanking. Jesus Christ. Guys, what else happened on SmackDown?
I don't remember.
Follow the buzzards.
Oh, yeah, there was a Bray Wyatt thing.
Was there? Was there, though? I could have sworn
Was there an AJ Styles segment?
Oh, yeah, he defended the Intercontinental
I knew you'd know
Championship
that.
against Drew Gulak, and of course AJ won because he's AJ Styles. Of course he's going to win. See, I told you that when Drew Gulak did was a fluke.
Not Riddle.
Yeah, he had a in-ring segment or an in-ring interview talking about he had frostbite or something, and that's why he has to wear flip-flops and he has to wrestle barefoot.
Frostbite, it's the middle of summer.
No, I mean like when he was a kid.
Oh.
He had frostbite, and that's why he can't wear like regular shoes apparently. Which kind of sucks.
So what happens when he's going to come up to Toronto to wrestle in the middle of the winter?
Well, that's a good question. I guess he's screwed.
Yeah.
That's if WWE ever comes back to Toronto.
True. Oh, they will.
Yeah. You said the naughty word, demonetized. I'm kidding, obviously. And then I guess we're getting Riddle versus Corbin, which, yay!
Crickets.
Woo! It's King Corbin. Bow down.
I ain't bound down to nobody.
Put your heads down for Mordecai to say your prayers.
Mordecai.
Hashtag SmackDown flashback.
Yeah, that was like 2004.
In Toronto.
Yeah, the last SmackDown I went to was 2010.
Last one I went to is Edge's retirement.
I was there.
Edge's retirement.
Yep.
That was the last one I went to.
I was in Niagara Falls when that happened.
Oh, buddy, man. It was a great night.
And it looks like this week on SmackDown, which, again, why they're not saving it for the pay-per-view, tag team title match between Cesaro and Nakamura versus The New Day. Honestly, I was expecting that to be a tables match for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They were setting up, I think it was last week. The week before, I can't remember. It was post-match and they were setting up a table, and then Big E said, yeah, it was last week. It was Kofi versus Nakamura. I remember that now. And I'm pretty sure... Shit, I can't remember who won that match. I think Naka won, but I can't be sure on that. What else happened? I should really write this shit down.
Oh, I know. I don't even remember. Can we just talk about Raw?
Sure, why not?
I'll let you start the conversation.
How about the new United States Championship, guys?
Looks pretty good.
Looks decent.
I don't know if they're actually,
about that.
I don't even know if they're going to use it though.
What do you... Oh, because, yeah, MVP.
What do you mean, they had to use the older, like, they had
At least it's not like the WWE title, but like with red, white, and blue.
like now.
Plus now it's going to cause a little bit of confusion among the forums. It's like, I really love that Wing Eagle belt. Which one are you talking about?
I'd like to see how much it's going for on the WWE shop right now.
Oh, I'm sure it's up there.
Give me a second, I'll take it up for you right now.
Oh, Dougie's doing that. Let's talk about that segment with MVP and Lashley.
Yeah.
He brought out the title. He said he's basically already the United States champion, which I'm not sure that's how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, but you have to actually be the champion in a title match to be the champion.
True. Unless you forfeit the championship and then they appoint you the champion, which has happened. But I don't like that idea. I think if you have to forfeit it, there should be a tournament or like a battle royale or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like either of those ideas better.
Elimination.
Instead of like appointing someone a champion, it's like a dictator. You're the champion, okay? Well, why not just have
Eric Bischoff.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
That's how our
I
government
think that was
always-
like the only time that ever happened, wasn't it?
No, it's happened a few times when they've announced it. Only when it's been a heel GM, though. He's like, I'm going to appoint blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of their whole spiel.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anyways, what about an eye for an eye? How do you
What even is that?
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, an ear for an ear.
Okay, but what's even the stipulation?
Person
Like,
loses when they lose an eye. Basically, a fight, and you try to kick the
I
guy's
can
eye.
do anything better than you.
But there's a few theories as to what'll happen in that match.
Man, $614.
Actually,
it's
that's
that
not.
much.
I mean, that's not horrible.
$614, kid.
Yeah, but with like shipping and handling, it's like $750.
At least. You consider most of the regular other belts go for around
Not
there.
bad looking, but you know.
I remember I paid $400 for my Oval Intercontinental Championship way back in the day. Back in 09, I think it was. I had to go all the way down to Niagara Falls to get it.
25-year.
The good old
Triple H
WWE
title,
store.
$714.
The what, sorry?
25 years. Signature Series Championship. Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
And then they got the Eddie Guerrero Signature Series Championship for $714.
And you can find all of this out on the WWE Network for just
$12.99.
$9.99.
$11.99 if you live up here.
Yeah, it goes up every year.
Canada,
They got a free version now too, right?
and it's not that
Yeah,
good.
on your phone, right? I know it's crap.
I think it's on your
I
phone.
get mine
You
for free though because I do it another way.
can- cheap ass.
I know my way, man.
So what about that opening segment too, eh? The Heath Slater?
Oh, that was
That
his
was crazy.
quote unquote retirement.
See, here's how I would have booked it, okay? Here's how I would have booked it. I would have booked it like this. So you have Dolph Ziggler come out and so you have okay, let me try again. You got Dolph Ziggler come out and he says to Drew that he's picked the stipulation for the match. Now, this could go one of two ways. This could be either a no disqualification handicap match, or Ziggler could announce that he's hired a special guest referee. And then he brings out that person, which is Heath Slater. And then Heath cuts the same promo that he did on Raw. But instead of that moment they had afterwards, where they were both standing tall and Drew was raising Heath's hand and all that stuff, instead of that, you get like a backstage segment with Drew, like, oh wait, no, I forgot to mention, but the stipulation also is that if Dolph wins, if Heath helps Dolph win, then Dolph will promise to get Heath his job back. So throughout the night, you see like backstage segment and stuff with Drew talking to Heath, and he's like, "Come on, man, you don't really believe Dolph, do you?" And Heath's just like, "Yeah, but what if it's true? What if he can actually give me my job back?" And of course, everybody knows it's BS, but that he's got that little bit of doubt, just like, oh well, if I do get my job back, but Drew's just like, whatever, man. Just I know you're gonna do the right thing, right? After like trying however many times, he just says, I know you're gonna do the right thing. So we get to the pay-per-view itself, and if it's the handicap match, then what Dolph can do is just be like this smarmy chicken shit heel, who, like, every time he's at a disadvantage, he tags Heath in to try and slow Drew down, and then he, like, comes up from behind Drew and cheap shots him and everything, and just, like, acting all, like I said, like a smarmy chicken shit heel. And then at the end of the match, Dolph hits Drew with the super kick or the zigzag or whatever, and he goes to tag Heath, but Heath's reluctant, like, no, I don't want to pin my buddy for you to win the title. So then I keep getting it mixed up. Dolph berates Heath, and then Heath shoves him, only for Dolph to turn around, bam, Claymore, 1, 2, 3. Or if Heath is the referee, Dolph's just like blatantly breaking every rule in the book because he knows Heath won't do anything, because if he loses, Heath won't get his job back. So, and then, but he's also really reluctant to count the pinfalls when Dolph's trying to pin Drew, and vice versa, of course, because he doesn't know what he should do. Should he help his friend retain his title, or does he want his job back? So then, finally, Dolph's had enough of Heath's waffling. So he's, like, shoving Heath around, and then he's had enough. He strikes Dolph, and then Drew, and then Dolph turns around, bam, Claymore, 1, 2, and then Heath makes the regular pinfall, 1, 2, 3, and then boom, Drew. Either way, Drew retains, but then we get that moment that we got at the end of that segment on Raw instead of at the pay-per-view, instead of what we got on Raw, basically, is what I'm saying. That's how I would have booked it. Convoluted as hell, I know, but that's my mind at work, fellas.
I feel like you mix up the names once or twice in regards to how you want that to play out.
I did, but that's what happens sometimes when both people are name starts with the letter D.
T?
I said D.
D?
Yeah. Dolph and Drew. Drew and Dolph. Drew and Dolph. Dolph and Drew.
What did the dolphin draw?
Anyway.
And you have to say his name properly. Drew McIntyre.
I refuse to say the whole name.
Yeah, well,
Stupid.
Seth Rollins definitely doesn't. His WrestleMania promo said his name like 80 times.
Was it WrestleMania or was it Money in the Bank?
Whatever pay-per-view that was where he repeated Drew McIntyre.
Speaking of WrestleMania, that was the Kevin Owens show. Did you see that?
Wait, what happened?
So he invited Seth Rollins on the Kevin Owens show, and then Rey Mysterio comes out, and there's I think either he challenged Seth or Seth challenged him to a match. And Kevin Owens there was supposed to be a tag team match, but Aleister Black was taken out mysteriously in the back and was wearing a Rey Mysterio mask, which was weird, but anyway. So Rollins is like, you don't even have a tag team party, you can't even compete. And Kevin Owens is like, I'll be your tag team partner, Ray. And he's like, I'll even do you one better. The winner of this match gets to pick the stipulation for your guys' match at Extreme Rules, which is how we got to an eye for an eye match. That's what Rey Mysterio picked, because he and Owens won the match. I knew Dominic was going to interfere in that match, and it turns out he did. He was poking out Murphy's eye, which caused him to get hit with a 619 and get pinned. While Black came back out and he was distracting Seth. So, yeah, that was an interesting match. What else happened?
The Stunner.
Yeah, I don't think Owens should have that move. He should have just kept the pop-up powerbomb.
I like it though. Canadian boy taking it to where it should be.
Right. I think we had I skipped a lot of the matches. I know we had Kyrie come back. She faced Sasha Banks, and I think that was a no contest, or did Sasha win or Kyrie win? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
And then champion versus champion, Asuka versus Bayley, which I think Asuka won that match. Or was another no contest. And I think Kyrie and Oscar are challenging for the women's tag team titles again. So we'll see how that plays out. But unless I'm missing something, I think there was a tag team match between Lashley MVP and Ricochet and Cedric, which Lashley and MVP won because of course they did. And Apollo's facing MVP at Extreme Rules, a horror show for the US title. So that's going to be a decent match.
I don't see MVP winning.
No, me neither. Lashley's probably going to take the belt from Apollo at some point. Jesus, road's bumpy.
Yo, you ever come back down here?
Yeah, we were down here back around episode 10. Not episode 10, episode 5 or 6 or something.
No, I mean, like, lately, do you know if any of these spots over here are open?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I know that one of my areas is open, though.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These might be. Okay, you just drop us off over there.
Daniel really likes massages.
Facts.
Speaking of which, we got to do that one up in Markham.
Yes. Oh, it's open.
Yeah, it is too, but this isn't the best time to do it, I don't think.
Okay.
Probably going to Niagara Falls soon, so I don't want to spend any more money than I need to.
Oh, I thought you went already.
No, we were
No.
going to, but that got pushed back.
Sorry.
That's cool. It happens. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, 6-man tag, Randy Orton and the A crew, the A squad, whatever you want to call it, Andrade and Angel against the Big Show and the Viking Raiders. I didn't watch that match either, but apparently Orton was just like berating Angel or whatever. He was like giving him a hard time during the match. And I think they almost split him up again, Angel and Andrade, but I don't know where that's going.
There's rumors of Angel getting a singles push.
Huh?
They think he's the next Eddie Guerrero.
Val Venus.
I was thinking that was
Gotcha.
going to be Andrade.
It was, but, you know, I don't know. Well, he is married to Sarah.
Yeah, that's true.
Woo! When you're married to the man,
Life's kind of rough.
Thank God that's legal nowadays. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, and that 24/7 segment earlier, that was pretty funny. R-Truth thinking Ric Flair was Tozawa in disguise.
and Randy Orton, yeah.
And then that was so weird what Orton did, because R-Truth takes off one way, and then Tozawa comes in, and Orton points him in another direction, so he did R-Truth a real solid. Like, that was surprising as hell, honestly. Like, I don't know what they're doing with Orton. If he's a heel, he's a face, or he's a tweener.
Maybe he's becoming a Big Show. 1 week face, 1 week heel. There's
Oh,
rumors of him
really?
facing McIntyre at SummerSlam.
Oh, that would be an interesting match.
Because it was supposed to be him versus Edge again, but obviously
Yeah, that's not happening now.
not for a while.
Big Show and I'm interfering anyway.
That's going to be a high caliber match, man.
I want to see Big Show versus Orton.
And we're going to see that at Extreme Rules probably. What kind of stipulation are they going to make that?
I want Big Show to actually win that match so he can prove to Greg Orton how better man he is. Legends are better.
Well, either way, neither man really needs to win that badly. Neither guy really needs that.
Orton put down 2 legends.
Yeah, Edge and Chris. Yeah, I know that. I know Orton's going to get his come up.
Now Orton going after another big legend in the WWE.
Bruh, Orton put down like 30 legends by now.
Okay, but let me put it to you this way. What if Orton loses to the Big Show, but then he goes after McIntyre? How many people are going to think Orton has a legitimate shot of winning if Orton couldn't put down the Big Show, who couldn't put down Drew McIntyre just 20 minutes after he had his match with Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
So if anything, I think I know Orton's supposed to get his comeuppance. I get that, But it wouldn't make it very believable if Orton goes after McIntyre. After McIntyre already put down the Big Show, if a Big Show puts down Orton.
And also watch out for, oh yeah.
What, the Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah, like Mr. Money in the Bank.
Oh, that's SmackDown, though.
Oh, I thought it was a chance for either brand.
No. I don't
Whatever
think so.
happened to Otis? You don't see him on the TV.
No, I know. That's weird. Must be injured or something. Who knows?
Has he not cast in the briefcase? I don't know.
No. Ron's still Universal Champion, so.
Maybe this is all just a ploy to think, oh yeah, he's still Money in the Bank, and then yeah.
No, I think like most of these Money in the Bank like contracts
Well,
that they have
yeah.
usually ends at like almost at the end of the year.
It's good for a year, yeah.
Like it ends like closer to the end of the year sometimes.
Sometimes, but more often
Look
than
at
not.
McIntyre. It took him this long to beat out Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but he wasn't Money in the Bank.
And then you got like a bunch of guys that are like Money in the Bank. They only took them out like 6, 7, 8 months later, and then they finally win the championship.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, but not always. We had quite a few cash-ins on the night of. Like as soon as somebody wins Money in the Bank that same night. Started with Kane, Bailey did it, Dean Ambrose. Had a few people do it. Almost Alberto Del Rio in 2011.
Yeah, almost.
That same night when Punk won the title, Vince tried to have Del Rio cash in, but Punk took off.
Yeah. Punk took off the championship.
And now Del Rio just cashed it in a month later. Same with Orton. Orton won his in 2013. He cashed it the next month. Alright, well, I think that's pretty much everything. I know NXT had the Great American Bash, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm taping it tonight. I'm finally getting to watch AEW a little bit. So I'm
seen
pissed.
it. Yeah.
I'm pissed off because I'm watching it because I want to see John Moxley, but every week it's just like, oh, he's gonna be here next week.
He hasn't
Oh, he's
been
gonna
on
be
in a
here next
while.
week. I know.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on. I know he's sick, but I mean, like, pick a date and fucking stick to it.
Yeah.
Like you got to be in contact with him, right? Just like, hey, when do you feel like you're gonna come back? And he'd be like, oh, maybe this day, and then like, okay, and then it's just... Huh, that's funny. I didn't know that was your first home, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
It says Daniel's first home on the signage back there.
Yeah, see, I had to be close to this place with the golden spoon. Yeah, that's what happens.
Better than a silver spoon, I guess.
That's right.
All right, so guys, let's. I think that's pretty much everything. So let's play a game. Dougie, you're quite familiar with this game, so if you don't want to play, I'll understand. It's called. Well, I don't know the actual name of the game, but I simply call it 100.
Okay.
And how you play is really simple. It's just mainly between two players because the more players, the less chance you have to win, obviously. And the more convoluted it gets. So it's between two players. And basically all you have to do is go back and forth and each pick a number between 1 and 10. That's all you have to do. And the first person to reach 100 wins. So
I get it because I'm looking at. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So, for example, I'm just explaining it to you guys watching. So, for example, if Brandon and I were to play, I would start and I would say, I don't know, 1. And then he would pick a number, so just pick any number.
Can
1
you pick the same number twice?
Sure, if you wanted to.
Oh, because it's got to add up to 100.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to remember, though, to add that all up in your head.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's just basic math.
Okay, true.
So, who wants to play me first?
Sure.
All right, so me versus Daniel. All right, Daniel, do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I'll go first.
All right, so any number between 1 and 10.
5.
5? All right, I will pick Lucky 7, which adds up to 12. So now it's your turn.
Okay, 7.
7, that's 19. I'll pick 4, so that brings up to 23.
1.
1, that's 24. Okay. 10. 34.
10.
10. That's 44. So I'll pick 1 then. 45. 1. 46. All right. I'll pick 5. So that's 51. So that's 53. Okay. I'll pick 3. So that's 56.
10.
66.
66. Woo.
I'll pick 3. 69.
Oh.
Nice.
69,
Nice number.
99. Okay, 7.
7. That's 76. I'll pick 2. So that's 78.
2.
That's 80.
Get to the nitty gritty here. 20 more numbers to go. Get to the nitty gritty.
Okay, I'll pick 9. So that's 89.
Oh, you're done. See you later there, Dan.
Yeah.
Yep. Any number you pick, he's gonna get to 100.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, but that's game over.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
So he
Pick
picked one,
pick
but
any
pick
number. Pick any number you want. 1 to 10.
Oh, yeah, I see the problem.
Yeah.
If you pick 10 and 99, he's gonna pick 1. See?
So there you go. So I win, and that's basically how you play at home. Now I'm gonna say this. There is a strategy that if you've played it enough, you can easily pick up on, or if you're really smart and you've paid attention to the game, you've already probably picked up on it. But I'm not gonna reveal what it is. I'm not going to reveal the strategy, but it's a strategy that pretty much, if you know what it is, you can win every time. So if you get Brandon, do you think you know what the strategy is?
Yeah, but if this is by the rules, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay. Well, we can discuss it later, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can see if you can put it to the test by facing it right now.
I was just going to say, let's do it. 10.
All right. 10? All right. 2.
10. I'm just, you can probably get it.
10. Okay, so that's 22. All right. Oh, what's going on here?
4-way stop.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I thought we both had to try to get up to 10, actually.
No, it's 1 to
Or
10.
like,
1 to
or
10.
like a separate. Oh,
No,
okay,
you pick any number between 1 to 10. Doesn't matter what
I didn't
it
know
is.
that like it both
No.
actually like equaled up. Like I thought it was like our own numbers equaled. Okay.
No. So you 22, so I'll pick 1. So that's 23.
10.
33.
You don't have to keep picking 10, you know.
I'm doing it on purpose.
Okay, fine.
33.
Fine, I'll pick 10 as well then. 43.
7.
That's 50. So 6. It's 56.
5.
61.
61. I'll pick 6. 67.
3.
That's 70. I'll pick 8. 78.
2.
80.
Oh, ouch.
Well, sorry, game over. I picked 9.
Ouch.
89.
Ouch.
Game over.
So the key
I don't
is-
know the strategy now.
The key is once you get to 80, you have to be the last one to pick from 80.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
key.
that's
I thought it was
like-
done another way,
that's
but
like-
okay.
that's one of the keys. You're onto something there, Dougie, but that's not the only strategy.
I misunderstood
One
it.
strategy you gotta
That's not
make.
the only
You have to make
strategy.
sure that your opponent's not in the 80s. You gotta make sure you are in the 80s. And you gotta pick a high number so your opponent picks the number, and then you automatically win.
So it's a fun little quick game you guys can play at home if you want to. I don't know if there's going to be many people watch. I don't know if there's going to be many people watching this video, to be honest. But in any case, yeah. So if you want to play it at home with a friend or one of your family members, just pass a couple minutes. It's a real simple game. Like I said, you just simply go back and forth with one other person, and you pick a number between 1 and 10. And with that, guys, I think that's pretty much going to wrap everything up. Unless any of you have anything else you want to talk about.
I can hit you with the riddle.
Okay.
Okay. So, say Y-E-S.
Okay. Y-E-S.
What does that spell?
Yes.
Okay. What does E-Y-E-S spell?
Eyes.
Oh, nice. You got it. You got it right off the bat. That usually messes people up. I got you another riddle.
Okay.
I bet I can make you say no.
All right.
Okay. How long you been doing this podcast here?
I'd say about 12 weeks.
12 weeks. Okay, cool. Where'd you get that hat?
Bought it at Spencer's,
Spencer's. Oh, which mall?
Scarborough Town Center.
Yo, I haven't been there in a while. Okay. Yo, you're really good at this game. Have you played it before?
As a matter of fact, I think I have.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
See?
Yo, he's good. He's good.
So you gotta like try to like stuff a bit there.
Yeah.
To get rid of.
Yeah, so that's something else you guys can try at home now. Try and see if you can fool your friend into saying no.
Yeah.
Okay, I think when we get to the next intersection here, I'm going to probably cut the video. So if you guys have anything else you want to say or talk about, you better do it now.
Okay, so I'm trying to talk Brandon here into Randonautica. I know that he's not really into it, but if anyone actually knows what that is, yo, just let him know that it's a wild time.
Well, if you know what Randonautica is, let me know in the comments section down below.
Also, cheap plug from Troublemaker the Rapper. Look up Troublemaker the Rapper on YouTube and check out my brand new song, Juggalo Cypher. Just dropped on June 30th.
I'll drop the link down in the description below.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay, let's the next major intersection, whatever that is.
What do you want to do?
Oh, we're just gonna go into the next major intersection, which I think is up here. Isn't this around where Steve lives, Dougie?
No, Steve lives at Melville and Sheppard.
Oh, so we passed it already.
It's
Kingston and Sheppard, perfect.
It's a road and now for you.
Perfect. All right, looks like it's a good place as any to leave off. So we'll finish off here. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again next week, hopefully. Peace out.
Peace.